the governor proposed another way.
I've made my decision.
It was an accepted custom to release one prisoner during Passover. The governor wanted to release Jesus, but the religious leaders urged him to release another, one who was known to be a murderer and a thief. Hoping to appease them and end the matter, the governor turned Jesus out to be beaten.
After beating Jesus severely, the soldiers dressed him with the scarlet robe. Then they made a crown of thorns and placed it on him, and began mocking him, saying, "Hail, King of the Hebrews!"
Majesty!
Perfect fit, Your Majesty!
Where's your throne, eh? Now he's the king.
Jesus was then returned to the governor, who still wished to release him. But the religious leaders continued to seek the death of Jesus. By now, a crowd had gathered outside, so the governor went out and asked the crowd what should be done with Jesus. But the crowd, having been stirred up by the religious leaders, shouted, "Crucify him!" Having allowed the people to choose, the governor handed Jesus over to be put to death.
They laid upon Jesus a heavy wooden beam, and they took him to a place outside the city where criminals were killed. After nailing Jesus to the wood, they lifted him up to die. Over him, they placed a sign indicating that on this cross hangs the King of the Hebrew people. The religious leaders objected, but the soldiers followed the governor's orders. The sign remained.
Some reviled him, others mourned. Yet through it all, Jesus did not say a harsh word. Instead, speaking to his Father in heaven, he said, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing."
For 3 hours, darkness fell over the land. It seemed so senseless, and yet it made perfect sense. God is righteous and just and pure. He could not accept the evil that entered the world through Satan, nor can he accept the evil that entered humankind through Adam, for to do so would violate his character and corrupt his nature. But God is also love. He created people to love them and to be loved by them. And for God to judge people for the evil in them would be to destroy the very objects of his love.
This was a dilemma of divine proportions. But according to his story, this moment had been planned before creation and predicted throughout the ages. At the cross, Jesus took our sin upon himself. He paid the penalty for our sin. He became our substitute. At the cross, God's justice was satisfied and his love fulfilled. Then Jesus said, "It is accomplished." And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit.